Hello and welcome to my workshop. So today we're going to be building a utility trailer. It's going to be an off-road utility trailer using these axles. So we have some leaf springs here, and I have these wheels and tires for mock-up only. They'll be similarly sized but different tires for the actual trailer. And then a big pile of different kinds of brass and stainless steel tubing and just different metals. I'm not really exactly sure of the exact design, but I'm going for a small utility trailer that could be off-road. So obviously going to have the bigger tires, and I'm going to hook up to a standard axial receiver. Alright, so let's get started. So the trailer's coming together really nicely. I think the shape and the design, the look is going to be exactly what we're going for. So right now I have the basic structure built with just 1/2 inch material I have some brass pieces in here, and they weren't quite long enough, and so I just ended up extending them with some stainless steel tubing. So the brass is what we mounted the leaf springs to, and then that gives us a nice good ride, good height. It should line up pretty well with the truck we're going to attach this to. So what we got to do next is make the tongue area, and so what I'm going to do is end up taking some 5mm tubing, and I'll make a triangle on either side with the 5mm tubing. Of this square brass tubing, I'll run that straight down the middle and then connect both sides of the stainless with a triangle, and then that'll end up eventually having a coupler on the front for mounting to the trailer. The top will end up doing a simple stainless steel tubing, probably the smaller stuff. I'll have to look, maybe the larger, the 4mm, but some stainless steel tubing around the top, and then have it somehow set up so I can drop in some of this expanded metal, which is just a file folder. So I'll cut a piece of this out to drop in, and that'll give us a nice little base to put a lot of junk, but that it won't be collecting water or dirt or stuff. It'll just fall right through. So anyway, a little bit more to go, so let's get to that. So I've taken the main trailer body back off of the axle, and I've done this in preparation to solder or braze on this hoop on top. And so this hoop is going to be the main structure that's going to keep the scale items from shifting about. Also add places where you can have tie downs, bungee cords, straps, whatever, and just kind of finish off the look. Now the width is just maybe a little under halfway of the tire, and like I said, it'll be connected down here at the back, and then I'll have individual little braces that go down from the tubing to the trailer to support it all the way around. So anyway, this is what I'll get done next, and it's going to be, I think, the last major portion for the build part of this, and then it'll just be finishing this up and adding little minor pieces here and there. I'm still waiting on the coupler for this, and that will come along at some point in the future. Like I said, that's getting 3D printed by Pushrod 3D. So they're working on the design now. Whenever that comes in, it'll just mount it up and be ready to go. All right, so let's get to that. So the main build of the trailer is complete. So we have a leaf sprung suspension. It's a semi-trailer axle, and the nice part about it is that the tires are independent. And so what that'll do is it'll give you a really nice, good turning radius without the thing bopping and jumping around. The top is a mix of different materials. We have a carbon steel 1/2-inch material here. We have stainless steel 5mm tubing here, some 4mm going down, the brass tubing running out toward the tongue, and some more brass tubing to mount the leaf springs to, as well as a like an expanded metal piece from a file folder caddy, just a cheap little thing you got at Walmart, and but I think it works really well, and it's going to keep the dirt and the water from collecting in here when you put all your scale items or whatever the guy's going to put in here. All in all, really happy with how this has turned out. It's just a nice, simple utility trailer. No idea what he's going to put in here, but I'm sure there's plenty of places to have tie downs to put whatever scale items you want in here. We could always put lights in the rear. I'm going to let him do that if he wants. So the only thing I'm waiting on is the coupler for the end here, and so that's the piece that goes over the ball on the receiver hitch. So Pushrod 3D is making a 3D printed coupler that's going to look scale and be functional to be able to slip right over the ball. And so the idea is it'll slip over this into the 7/32 brass tubing, and I guess secure with some screws or something. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on, and when that gets done, it'll be complete, and I'll pass it along. Very happy with how this has turned out. I look forward to seeing this down the trail and possibly getting some other trailers built. But until then, we'll see you in the rocks.